Hello everybody, my name is Willie Balk, former TJJ advisor, Midwest, West Coast, and Northwest NCSY advisor, and you're watching the NCSY Alumni channel. I wanted to speak today about Kedusha, about holiness, as it's manifested in Parshat Kedoshim, the second of the double Parshat that we're going to be reading, Parshat Acharei Mot-Kedoshim in America. And you really don't even have to go much further than the second pasuk of Parshat Kedoshim to get a sense of inspiration and a sense of chizuk. Let's read together. The second pasuk in Parshat Kedoshim reads, Daber kol das b'nei Yisrael ve'amarta aleim kedoshim tiyu ki kadosh ani Hashem Elokeichem. Speak unto the congregation of Israel and say to them, you shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. Hashem is telling Klal Yisrael that holiness is not just a nice idea for Moshe and for Aaron and their children and for the leaders of Israel. It's for everyone. It's a mitzvah that's incumbent upon every Jew. We're all supposed to be a mamleches kohanim v'goy kadosh, a separate, sanctified nation for Hashem. From all walks of life, Jews are required to be holy. When Nosson Tzvi Finkel Zatzal, the former Rosh Yeshiva of the Mir Yeshiva in Jerusalem, used to tell groups of Bachrim from NCSY Kollel, my friends included, who were on these summer programs, would tell me that they would go and see Rav Nosson Tzvi, and he would give them a bracha, and he would always say, who here is from Chicago? Does anybody here go to Ida Crown and play on the basketball team? That was me. I used to do that exact same thing. And look where I am now. I'm living a life as a Rosh Yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael with such Kedusha, with such holiness. I came from America, and now I'm here. I came from this one way of life, and now I'm here. It's totally not unattainable. It's totally within your grasp, just like it was for me, and you can do it too. And when we think about attaining this holiness, this lofty spiritual level, sometimes we think about taking ourselves away from all the pleasures in the world. We assume that a life of intense Kedusha is a life of rigidity and a life completely devoid of anything from the outside world. But it's just the opposite. Chazal tell us on Kedoshim Tiyu, Kadesh Atzmecha b'muterlach, to sanctify ourselves by what the Torah has permitted us. And the Rambam in Hilchos Deos, Perek Gimel, explains even further. Says the Rambam that a person might say that since envy and desire and the pursuit of honor and the like are a wrong path that a person should go by in the world, then I'm going to separate them completely. I'm going to go to the other end of the spectrum. For example, I'm not going to eat any meat, or I'm not going to drink any wine, I'm not going to live in a nice house or wear nice clothing. I'm going to wear whatever, and I'm just going to go down that path and stay away from that specific path that I'm not supposed to go down. The Rambam says that if a person is doing this, he's a sinner and it's usur. You're not allowed to do this. The Torah gave us many different things by which we can sanctify Hashem. We're supposed to sanctify Him with what we have. We're not supposed to focus on what we can't do. We're supposed to focus and remember what we have, what we can do, in order to bring Kedusha into the world. It's not a contradiction. There's no stira here. There's no double life. One life of Kedusha and one life of non-Kedusha. It's one life and there's always Kedusha there. There's always inherent Kedusha, always inherent holiness that we have to let shine through. In the letters of the Pachad Yitzchak by Yitzchak Hutner Zatzal, the former Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshivas Chaim Berlin, he dealt with a student who was struggling with a similar issue. And he told the student that there's really no identity crisis here. That if you're struggling, you shouldn't be struggling. So it sounds a little bit abrasive, but he explains further. He gave the story of a doctor in Yerushalayim who is going to be doing a surgery on a patient, and he's going through the checklist pre-operation, and he says, okay, we have this we have to do, we have to give you this IV drip, we did that, now you're basically ready, there's one more thing. And he says to him very seriously, he says, I need your mother's Hebrew name, so I can daven for you, and I can say Misha Berach for you, and I can say Tehillim for you, and I can keep it in mind during my Limud HaTorah. This was the doctor who was going to be doing the very surgery that the patient was going to undergo. This was the doctor that knew exactly what he was doing, who went to medical school and knows everything that involves medicine with this specific patient. Yet, rather than try and ascertain any sort of medical advantage that he could have, what does he do? He asks the patient for his mother's Hebrew name so he can daven for him. He says, I understand that I prepared myself in the ways of medicine and I know what I'm doing, but at the end of the day, Hashem runs the world. Hashem's making everything happen. It's not me. I'm just working through Him. He's bringing the Kedusha in the world by saying to Him, let me daven for you. I'm going to daven for you, and I'm going to learn in your merit, and you're going to have a completely foolish shleima because Hashem is with us, because of the holiness that we're bringing into the world. We have opportunities every day to make the mundane things around us holy. We make a bracha before eating. We're makadesh our food. We're bringing Kedusha to what we eat. We say Kriya Shema Lamita. We sanctify our sleep. We must remember that a life of holiness, a life of Kedusha, is not just a nice idea. It's a mitzvah that's incumbent upon all of us. Small things equal big Kedusha. Good Shabbos.